John, good to see you. Today, we are talking through one of the toughest transitions in retirement, becoming a spender instead of a saver. Only one third of retirees are actually comfortable spending their retirement money. Most would rather live off Social Security, pensions, or income from part time work. Now, John, you and I have spent hours talking through retirees' biggest fear of outliving their money, but what about the other side of that coin? Don't hoard your money and compromise your quality of life. How do you help people transition from being savers to spenders?
Well, that is a great question. And first and foremost, we help them understand that this is a psychological game,
Hmm.
right? Most people claim Social Security to their detriment. Why is that? Because they want that paycheck that they're used to. That's the psychology behind this. You've been so used to, for the last 3 or 4 decades, receiving a paycheck. And unless you have a pension or Social Security, you're not getting that paycheck anymore. So for a lot of people, they want to hurry up and claim Social Security. So what we tell people is, listen, you have to develop your own type of personal pension, because people with pensions and that predictable and sustainable income stream statistically have been shown that they are the happiest people in retirement. And in retirement, you have 3 phases of life. You have the go-go, the slow-go, and the no-go. We want you to enjoy that go-go time of years. You've worked so hard to get to this point in your life. We want you to enjoy it. We want you to have that peace of mind. We want you to have that retirement happiness.
Absolutely. You've earned it. A study by BlackRock found that a vast majority of retirees still had 80% of their pre retirement savings 2 decades into retirement, and one third even grew their assets. Do those numbers surprise you?
No, not really. And for a couple reasons. Number one, I think for a lot of the older retirees now, 2 decades in, they still had a pension.
Hmm.
And people with pensions that aren't touching their assets, of course, they're going to grow over time if they stay invested. Number two, you had people that claimed that Social Security first, took it to their detriment, may not have mathematically been the right decision, but their assets grew. And depending on the markets, when they retired, if you retired at the right time, and part of the most basic success of investing is timing and luck. If you retired at the right time, then yes, your assets may have grown.
Hmm. Interesting. So, you do have an action plan to help people feel more comfortable spending their hard earned money. And the first part of that plan is to create a spending plan. And again, this same study, John, found that one quarter of people do not have a spending plan.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I see this all too often. People are coming in to my office. They don't have an income plan and they don't have a spending plan. They're just kind of winging it.
Hmm.
And you have to understand how much you're going to spend, because if you don't have a pension, and even if you do, but you're exceeding that pension and you're spending, you have to understand the withdrawal rates and how long that money will mathematically last.
Hmm.
Number two, and I always go back to it because taxes matter. If you don't have a pension and you're taking withdrawals, your spending is what dictates how much money you're taking out and your subsequent tax bill.
Hmm. The second step, assess your predictable or sustainable income sources. What does that mean exactly?
Yeah, you have to understand how much of your money, no matter what the market does, will be there at the end of every month. And a lot of people, I think a mistake that a lot of people make is they look at qualified dividends and interest as guaranteed income streams. I'm not knocking them as income streams. I have some clients that we've developed income streams based on it, but it's not guaranteed. It's not absolutely predictable. So
Hmm.
you have to understand, if you're going to have to make adjustments and what's predictable, sustainable, and what is not guaranteed.
Hmm. And then when you've completed step one and two, then the discrepancy between those two, that's known as the retirement gap. How do you help people bridge that gap?
Yeah, well, for a long time, advisors have always used Monte Carlo simulations, and they've been great, but they confuse clients. They tell clients, hey, you have an 89% chance of success. I don't really think that leaves clients feeling too good.
No.
Um, so we use a dynamic withdrawal strategy. We use state-of-the-art software that we say, hey, listen, this is how much money you can take out in good and bad times. The less predictable income stream you have, if the markets are doing bad and your investments are doing bad, you're going to have to be willing to take out some income adjustments on the downside. However, we're able to tell our clients, listen, if we follow this income plan and we're taking in distributions in the most tax efficient way possible, we are confident we can get you to the end without having to stress about running out of money.
And then it all comes down to peace of mind. Then you feel comfortable spending your money. It's so important, John. If somebody wants to talk to you about creating their own unique financial plan, what's the best way to reach you?
Yeah, well, we always tell people, give us a visit on our website, www.gosecurus.com. We have a ton of resources. And while you're on the website, you can actually go to the Contact Us page, and there you can schedule a 15-minute phone call. We'll answer any questions, or a complimentary clarity and vision consultation. Or you can call us at the office, 858-935-6210, and we can get you scheduled from there.
All right. John, thank you.
Thank you, Erin.